What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. So someone had mentioned recently about dusting my collection and so forth, and I just got this bad boy in. This is a brushless electric leaf blower. So normally I use like a normal duster, but it has to be plugged in. There's cables everywhere, which is annoying. I wanted to get something that has the ability to be multi-purpose, not only be like a leaf blower, which my other one was also a corded one, and I hate cords. They're so annoying. I want something cordless, and so I got this, which obviously has wide usage. You know, it's not normally meant for statues, but this particular one has a really nice feature, which I'll show you guys on how you can use this for statues, and it, you know, can work, you know, in a variety of ways. This one does come with two battery packs. I'm charging this one currently, but it comes with battery packs, it comes with goggles and whatnot, even a shoulder strap, because it is decently heavy. But, you know, it came in this small box, you know, got this from Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below. So here it is. Now, before we get to this, I did want to show you my other duster, which I actually have in here. So this one, this is going to be better for the more concentrated. This is X Power, also linked in the description below. You know, because this is a very tiny thing, so it's also very powerful. 2 speeds, really, but of course, it's corded. So we have to plug that in to the extension cord and run cables everywhere. Now, I know there's lots of options for cordless stuff. So this is probably not the most ideal when it comes to statues. However, this one is multi-purpose. That one I use for my general dusting every, you know, let's call it 6 months, because I installed a Remy Halo. I have tons of air purifiers. I hate dusting, let's be honest, it sucks. It's not fun. So this one, you can attach those two if you want. I'm currently not. I'm just using this. There's basically some fans inside there. It looks like some really long ones, really. But you press the button, of course. Kind of see it spinning. So it has a turbo mode, which you'll not want to use on statues. But you press this button down, and it will just go on, like, call it cruise control. You don't have to constantly be pressing the button. So the more you press it, you know, it's going to start to go off. Like, you know, this is, like, pretty light. Like, this could, you know, obviously go on statues. If you want to get a little power, you can press either a turbo or just, you know, you press the button. Some statues, of course, you could, you know, probably give it, I mean, I'm barely doing this. You know, full power. You know, this is, and that's not even in turbo mode. You go turbo mode, this thing could go up to 150 miles an hour. But you could just put it on a nice slow speed, you know, and you adjust this. But this has a really wide air span. As you see, my other one's very tiny, so it only covers so much distance. But something like this, you know, I can use for like the Terminator and get a lot more coverage much quicker. As you see, though, it can be pretty powerful. But this works really good for a wide surface. As you can see, you know, we're able to dust stuff way quicker. If I just want, I've been pressing the button, but it's obviously a lot easier to do with 2 hands. No, let's do like that. That's like a nice, good speed. But we can dust the life-size Terminator much better coverage than that little one. Plus, obviously, it's wireless. I even dust my air purifiers, for example. Dust is always one of the, as you can see, it just blew that thing. You know, so obviously this thing's extremely powerful. It's also not cheap, but I still like it. I think it's a good option. More so for the bigger pieces. Obviously, you don't want to use this on small, intricate stuff. But, you know, stuff like busts, you don't want to blow too powerful because you could technically chip the paint, which I did have happened on my other duster once on PCS Scorpion, the old one. Paint shouldn't be chipping, but too much air obviously can cause it, especially if we're like way up close. But this one being a big broad like that, you just control it as you saw. I was able to basically just dust my life size in a matter of minutes, big broad area. Of course, you can use this, and then this will make it a little bit more concentrated. That also makes it heavier and you have to stand back. And that's usually meant for like outside if you're going around, blowing leaves or whatever on your lawn. No, which I actually did test this out in my lawn upstairs because, lots of leaves have been falling due to fall. So there was lots of leaves in my yard. So I used it, even used it upstairs, some just crumbs on the ground, blew them all into one corner and I could quickly vacuum them. But it's real nice that it's just cordless. I love that. And it's stupid powerful. Much more powerful actually than my other one, which is one that I have to plug in. So that one I used once and never used again just because of the inconvenience of cords. I hate cords. They are so annoying, And so having a cordless option is definitely the way to go. I really like the fact they also include 2 batteries. So if you, obviously kill this one, you already have another one fully charged. Boom, swap them out. Boom, done. Don't have to worry about, waiting for this one to recharge before you can reuse it, because you could constantly be charging the other one while using this one. So I'll use this mostly for like bigger stuff, especially like that life-size endo, because that's a pain to dust with my little one, because it's so tiny. It's good for like, stuff like this and, my 1/3 and 1/4. But life-size bus, like this, those, that, my Predators will be great to use on this. And of course I can use this on the smaller statues, just definitely got to use a slower speed. Don't want to knock anything over because this is quite a bit more powerful than my other one. But I think a combination of this plus the other one. Of course, you also have the option for makeup brushes when you're dusting, so you can simply, actually physically touch the statue to get dust off, which I think for dusting in general, you want to actually use a combination of both. If you can, you blow dust it first, and then you do this after, and then blow dust it again. That would actually be the best possible way to dust something. You do air, brush, air. Cover all your bases. And then after any time you dust, you got to vacuum. For me, I have my robot vacuum go off every night. And when I collect that weekly, there's definitely some decent dust in there. And of course, air purifiers, you got to have these. I have, like I said another day, I wanted to get an upgraded one. Costco still has these on sale, Winix. They have a double filtration system. It's automatic, so if like the air gets bad, it will turn red and, basically go up. We'll turn it on high so you can kind of, has a build up to it. But it's basically sucking in all the dust in the air. For some reason, this little bathroom does get more dust than any other area. And my other, purifier wasn't cutting it. So I was like, yeah, let's get a big, nice one in here. And then I put the old one that was in the bathroom behind the TV. So if you think about it, we got a duster there, or an air purifier there, and there. So 4 in this room. That room just has that one. Then you got the bathroom. So 4, 5, 6. You got 2 in here, 1 right there, 1 right there. So 8, 9. So just 1 in this room over there. Honestly, it's kind of hard to find space for these things because I have so many statues. But 9 air purifiers in the collection. Additionally, I have upstairs 1, 2, 3, 4 upstairs. Some like all big ones, because upstairs is, vaulted ceilings. But in general, I would say you should be dusting your statues at least once a month. I did install the Remy Halo, which my air's not going, but it's right there. It basically does blue lights to like reduce the actual dust molecules and make them go to the ground instead of floating in the air. So that's why my vacuum is catching all the dust, because any dust in there is being, with that blue light filtration, it just falls to the ground instantly instead of, going in the air and instantly going onto your statues. So statues definitely have less dust. There's more dust on the ground though, so you just have to vacuum, which I have the robot vacuum go off every single night. But I do like this option, especially for that life-size endo, which I, do want to dust. It's, so big and it takes forever to dust with that little one. There's also the actual dusters. I don't even have it. Wife uses it upstairs. I do use that on the television and certain like flat, like big wide parts, like something like this. I'm not going to use a little brush on this. It takes too long. I get the big one. You get them from Costco. Use it for like that big surfaces or the alien domes. I'll use it on that. But you can't use it on a lot of statue stuff because it simply doesn't work. It's so many intricate parts, stuff that sticks out, like you can't use it on this. So this is where you want to get like the brush. And then of course the air, blow dusters like this and my other one. I'll leave a link in the description below for this, and I've always had a link in the description for the other one, as well as some air purifiers you guys can get. But you do have to dust your statues. It is a must. You can't not dust these things. If you do not dust your statues, they will get ruined. Dust can ruin these things. They will mess up with the paint. I've seen statues where people didn't dust them for years, and it ruined their statues. Like the paint app was ruined, the color changed, it was no longer black, and there was just a thick layer of dust they couldn't remove when they actually did try to dust them. When they tried to sell them, the statue just looked gross. There's a reason whenever you see in like those movies, for example, like The Dark Knight, when he left his mansion, came back, everything had cloth over it. They covered it from dust because dust does ruin stuff. It builds up over time and time, and these are very expensive collectibles. You have to be dusting. So if you don't have a rummy halo and a bunch of air purifiers, I would say dust at least once a month. If you live in a really dusty area and you don't have a lot of statues, so it's not too inconvenient, dust weekly. For me, there's not a lot of traffic in here. It's just me and the dogs. The dogs do not shed. I specifically got Shih Tzus because they don't shed. So there's no dog fur anywhere. The wife rarely comes down, so it's not like her hair going anywhere. So it's really just me. And, with my current situation, it's not too dusty in the basement because of everything that I've done. So I'm only really dusting once every 6 months, and then I usually do a 4-hour dust session where I kind of do everything, where I'll brush it and use the, that air blower. And then this one will just be like a casual one I'll use for like the life size, the TV, use it upstairs, use it outside, kind of multi-purpose as it's intended to be. This isn't a dedicated statue air duster. It's a leaf blower that can also be used for statues and other various things. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Let me know how often you guys dust. Have any of you actually tried a leaf blower on a statue? It's obviously it's a little heavy, but has some good power, But I feel like this air, like that's a good speed. We could dust the Arnold bus, for example. Dust the TV. Yeah, you can see size comparison next to me. But other statues, like I'm not going to put this against my Lita bust because it's going to ruin her hair. And it's a pain in the butt to do that. So when I dust a Lita, actually, I only use this. We simply, like look at that. Her hair's already starting to move a little bit. And so for her, I simply do this. Silicones, they say you're only supposed to dust like every 3 months or something. Which is weird. I feel like you'd want to dust them weekly because like they're sticky, so stuff attaches to it better. But it said to only dust them every 3 months. So that's what it said. Anyways, folks, let me know what you guys think. And I will see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.